Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up family. I am so excited to be with all of you as always today. You guys know that we don't have a lot of guests on our show, but when we do have a guest on our show, I love to make it really impactful and very inspirational for all of you. So today we have a special guest. This leader happens to be not only in the network marketing profession, but she is a part of the same company that I am a part of. So I'm extra special. There's always like that little bit of, I don't want to say favoritism, but extra love for our company. Her name is Donna Weiser, and she is the author of a book that we're going to talk about today called So You Said Yes, The Wiser Way to Network Marketing. And so before I give Donna an introduction, I want to tell you guys a little bit of a story. And so I would consider Donna a friend of mine. Donna was in our company before I was. She was one of the pioneers that paved the way. And now we're both top leaders in this company. And so I've always had respect for her. She reached out to me a while ago about her book. She did. Like, you want to talk about, if you want to succeed in network marketing, one of the top things you need to have is the ability to persevere. And literally, if you want something, you go after it. And so she very politely shared her book with me, sent me a copy of it, didn't even have me buy it. And it was of no malintent. I just kept reading other books and I just didn't get to Donna's book. And I'm sharing this with you guys because sometimes we think we're sharing our business, we're sharing our products. Like, why are they not interested? It wasn't that I wasn't interested. My life was just very busy and I genuinely kept forgetting. And it's not a reflection of Donna at all. And it's the same thing that goes with your business. And she would keep, hello, following up. Hello, I want to keep texting. Hello, have you read it yet? Do you know where your copy is? You know what? Let me give you another one when we're in Hawaii and I'm following up. And I was like, this woman is good. And so that's one of the reasons why she's successful in this industry. You guys have heard me say how you do anything is how you do everything. And I have to say, I'm very grateful. I'm not the type of person that says yes because somebody is persistent. I said yes, that because of her passion, I read her book, but I didn't not read her book before because it wasn't a priority. I just didn't read the book because, quite honestly, I forgot about it. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you to remember this when you're sharing what you have that you believe is of value. We overthink and we think she could have easily thought, like, what's wrong with her? Does she have no respect for me? I was in this business first. I built a business. She could have told her story herself. Maybe she did, and I don't know about it. But she could have told herself a story. And we all tell ourselves stories from time to time. But Donna believed that I would find value out of her book. And Donna believed all of you would find value out of her book. And because of that, I read it. I opened up my mind. And that's why we're here today. So I want to just give you that extra nudge to keep sharing what you are passionate about, because the right people will absolutely listen to you. And what we think is the right time is not always somebody else's right time. Okay. So with that said, let me tell you a little bit about Donna before we have some fun today. Donna Weiser was first introduced to the network marketing profession in 1992. You guys, this profession has been around a long time. And at that time, she was a busy mom with 2 young daughters pursuing a master's degree in business, auditioning as an actress, and serving as a director of a summer day camp in Malibu, California. And like so many parents, she was looking for a way to create more opportunities for her family, especially to provide a private school education for her children when this unexpected path appeared. And so Donna was originally an absolute no to the business opportunity, but she shifted to a wholehearted yes when she saw the life-changing potential. You guys know how I am with the word potential because we always have to share what's typical. We always have to share what's average. But when you can get a glimpse of the potential of this business model, you will be blown away. And that decision transformed the course of her life. And so for the past 26 years, Donna has had the honor of holding the top rank in her company. That's our company. Her journey has been fueled by consistent action, heart-centered leadership, and a passion for personal growth. And in 2017, while attending a transformational retreat with the renowned coach Richard Bliss Brooke, he encouraged her to write a book about her journey, which stemmed from a conversation when Donna got a speaking role on General Hospital. Well, I used to watch General Hospital when I was in high school. Like, is that show still around? I don't even know. Okay. That moment sparked a mission. And in November 2023, her book, So You Said Yes, The Wiser Way to Network Marketing, was published, inspiring others to say yes to their own path of purpose and possibility. So Donna, I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for being here
Debbie.
today.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here with you. And I love that you talked about how persistent I was with you. And that's exactly how I actually got that speaking role in General Hospital. And the word that I really love to use is pleasantly persistent, because that's what we have to be.
And I would read your text and be like, oh my God, I was almost embarrassed that I didn't respond. But so many times, and the reason why I really wanted to share that today is because there are you were sending me a text about reading the book and becoming a guest on my podcast, but somebody could be sending texts about their products or about their business. And we think that to other people, it should be the number one. I mean, especially when I read your book, it's a really easy book to read. It was a quick book to read. You and I have been having a conversation back and forth for a year. So why would I put it off for a year? And again, I want our listeners to realize that could be whatever it is for them. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your story, but here's what I want you guys. Donna talked about this in her book. She dropped out of a graduate school program to pursue network marketing. So what I love when I read that is, like, there must be a reason. Like, this business is powerful. And that in itself shows how powerful that you believed in the industry, how powerful it was and is. And so I'd love for you to share a little bit. I say a little bit because I have so many things I want to talk about today with limited time. Can you share a little bit about your story and why you said yes to network marketing?
That's a great question. And the reality is I did not say yes until I saw the product work. Because when I was first introduced to the product, and whatever company anyone is with, whether it's a product or a service, when I was first introduced to the income option, I said, I'm going to graduate school. I don't want to do one of those things. That's exactly what I said. A few weeks later, though, when I saw the results of the product, I said, wait a second. If this works for me, it's going to work for other people. And I need to go back and take a look and do a deeper dive into how this works. And when I did a deeper dive, and it just made sense to me, if the products work for me, they're going to work for other people. I've never sold a thing in my life, although I know that we sell things all the time. We sell to our kids every day when they ask for something or we want to give them something. But what I realized was that when I looked at the compensation structure and the ability for me to be able to work from home, we didn't have computers back in those days. We didn't have cell phones, but I could work from home, raise my kids, and make an income that would be even probably more than I was making because I was going to graduate school for a business degree in nonprofit. Why do I want to do a nonprofit? I want to make money so I can support my family. So once I did a deeper dive, and because the products worked, I said yes.
It's one of the things that really paralyze people. Like, they start a business and they're like, wait a minute, I have to reach out to people. And a lot of times people say, well, can I just do people that I don't know? And my reaction, this is mine, is always like, no, let's start with the people you do know. Like, be proud of what you're doing. Believe in what you're doing. And so for me, I didn't have an issue reaching out to people because I was filled with so much belief that I believed that I had something amazing to share with these people. But so many people, they fear the word no. I didn't. In fact, I talk about it all the time. My biggest fear was not hearing the word no. My biggest fear was somebody looking at me and saying, why didn't you really explain how big this was and the difference that it could have made for me and my family, instead of just like mentioning it? And so where and why do people start here? Like this, why is it so important to start a business and talk to the people you know about it.
That is great because, and I love when I listen to your podcast, when I hear you train at our conferences, I love your passion. And I love when you go there, you just go right to the heart of the matter. Why would we not tell people who we love about this? Why would we not tell people about this amazing product or this amazing opportunity or income option? Now, for me, back in those days, because I had kind of a bad taste in my mouth about this industry because of an experience I had with someone else, I did not want to talk to people that I know. But believe you me, when I am starting people in this business today and for many, many years, I always say you must go to the people that you know because they're gonna support you. And I always like to say the best revenge is success. And I didn't talk to people that I knew because I was afraid of what they thought of me. What, she did one of those things? So I jumped into the cold market immediately. And I learned how to build my business in the cold market. But the truth is, I would tell everyone who's starting a business like this, talk to the people that you know, explain to them why you're so excited, and just do it from your heart. Be authentic. And that's how I would do it today. Back in those days, I didn't have the same belief in myself. But as you know, there's several beliefs that will help us grow a business like this. And if you don't believe in yourself, you won't have success. So I had to learn to believe in myself. The personal development, as you know, is huge in this business.
And even listening to you, Donna, yes, it was belief in yourself, but where I just heard the crack is that it was the belief in the network marketing profession. Because what you just said is I had a bad experience with, right? So you associated the bad experience with network. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that's what I'm hearing. Like, when I've been building this for 19 years, so we learned how to peel away the layers and find out. And so that's why we talk about, friends, the most important thing is belief in your products. What did Donna say at the beginning? She saw that they worked. Okay. Belief in our industry. The greatest thing about network marketing is that anyone can do it. The worst thing about network marketing is anyone can do it. So you're not going to school for it. You're not taking courses in it. You're not studying it. You're not reading books like Donna's before you start. Most people don't. And so you have to build that belief in the products, in the company, in the industry, and most importantly, yourself, right? So which now brings us to self-doubt. Right? Self-belief and self-doubt are hand in hand. And what I didn't know, when I said yes to this business that we're both a part of 19 years ago, I genuinely thought this is a business. In fact, we'd read like success stories of people. You were one of them. I'm like, why is everybody talking about the journey? All of these people have lost their darn minds. Like, this is a business. But it is all about us and being confident. And most people do have self-doubt, but as good as your company is, as good as your products are, people are buying you, they're joining you. So what are some tips around self-doubt?
Oh, that's a great question. It's so much of it starts with that mindset. And I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. I'm a big believer in affirmations. And when someone is doubting, whatever they're doubting, what I encourage them to do is take a look at what's not working, take a look where the doubt is, and then create an affirmation that's the opposite of that. Because you can convince yourself by continually affirming what you want to create. And I help people create affirmations all the time. And if they create an affirmation that continues to have that negative word in it, then the universe is just going to make that happen. I'll give you an example. If someone is concerned because they don't have a lot of money and they're saying, I want to get out of debt, then the universe hears the words debt. So the word financial peace should come to the affirmation. I have financial peace, not I am free of debt. So I think when it comes to doubt, first identify what you're doubting, create an affirmation that's the opposite, and then say it daily. Say it every day. I have my affirmations. I have them in a voice recorder that I listen to every morning. I have a vision story that I change my vision many, many times, but every year I revisit my affirmations, I revisit my goals, and I revisit my vision, and I put it in a voice recorder, and I listen to it every morning when I put on my makeup. I hear myself affirming what I want to create, because the world out there doesn't always agree with what I have, the vision that I have. And I have to put on my blinders, close off all the noise, and just affirm what I want to create. On one little shoulder, we have a little angel. We have a little devil on the other side. There's the doubt and the belief. And we really need to focus in on what's positive, what works, and let go of the doubt, because it just takes a little teeny bit of doubt. This much doubt. I have a little story in my in my book about imagine a vat of black paint and a vat of white paint. If you take a little teeny drop of that black paint and put it into the white paint vat and you stir it up, it's going to get gray. There's a tarnished dream. It's a tarnished goal, tarnished belief. A little bit of doubt is all it takes to destroy it. And what happens is it grows and grows and grows if you don't watch your mind every single day. And that's why what you do in the morning, your affirmations, your meditation, that stuff is so important. It's so powerful, and it can make all the difference in the world.
I love that, Donna. And so Donna and I have never personally talked about this with one another. But you guys, do you see the common denominator? Like it's you can't avoid the personal growth. It's the affirmations. So Donna's building this business 20 some odd years. I'm building it 19 years. I still have to do I don't want to say I still have to. I get to. I do my affirmations every single day. But we're also human. I notice when I get derailed a little bit, I'm like, Deb, you haven't read in 2 days, or you haven't done it's not like, oh my gosh, you're at the top of the company. You don't need to do that anymore. In fact, I can tell you from experience, I do it 10 times more because new level, new devil. You'll have bigger obstacles. You'll have bigger issues. I used to joke and say, I've seen it all. No, I don't say that anymore because new stuff keeps coming up. So you want to be constantly feeding your mind and your heart and your soul with good. That's the only way to not only grow through the self-doubt, but to starve the self-doubt. You starve it by feeding it good. And I love that analogy with the black paint because, again, if you keep feeding it really good things, then it's going to outweigh all of the dark. So one of the things, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
well, there's another really great visual that I have that I love to share. And this is a visual of, it relates to mindset. So imagine that you are building a garden, you're planting a garden, and you plant a row of flowers and a row of weeds and a row of flowers and a row of weeds. I know it's a weird garden, but you're going to, have a different row, weeds, flowers, weeds, flowers. And every day, you go out there and you water that garden. So what's going to grow? The flowers and the weeds are going to grow. So how do you weed that garden? It's with personal development, with mindset work. That's how you get rid of the weeds. Because if you keep feeding those weeds, they're going to continue to grow and they can take over. They can take over the garden. And I've seen so many people, Debbie, leave this business. I've seen such greatness in people and they walk away because they didn't do the personal development work. I saw greatness in them and they didn't see the greatness in themselves. And it breaks my heart every time I see that.
You know why? Because people try to build this business on logic.
Yes,
and they say yes to this business because it makes sense. It's powerful. They see the results and they kind of fall in love with it. But to really succeed in network marketing, friends, I always say it, and I know Donna listens to my podcast, so I know she's heard me say it. Even if this is not your lifelong dream, I believe everybody should build a network marketing business because I'm so much more conscious of my words because of my network marketing business, my thoughts, the way I treat people, the way I see people, the way I think about things, the way I overthink. I overthink so much less because I'm like, it's so not about you. You're not that significant. I'm not talking to Donna. I'm talking to myself right now. Network marketing changed me as a human being and made me such a better person. But I too have watched really amazing people walk away from this business because let me tell you the thing about growth. It's rewarding, but it's also really painful. It's very uncomfortable. It's like looking at yourself right up to the mirror. And it's like a day that you don't even want to see the way you look like. So that kind of brings us into personal brand. I know that that's something that you also talked about in your book. And again, going back to what I said before, as good as our company is, as good as our products are, people are joining you and they're buying you. And so no matter what company you're aligned with, when they think of your name, when they think of Debbie Neal or Donna Weiser, we get to create our personal brand. And one of the stories that I always tell is like, if I were to say to you guys, think about Tiffany and Company, you have an image in your head. If I were to say, think about Saks Fifth Avenue, Louis Vuitton, you have an image in your head. If I were to say Walmart, you have an image in your head, whether it's a good image or bad image, you have an image. So the thing about network marketing is we don't have a storefront. We are part of a company that of course has an image, but we create our own personal brand and our own personal image. And I want to let you know, friends, it's really important because people might think of, I don't know, Sally Sue and think, oh, she has a little hobby or she, it's something little. Or I wanted them when they thought of Debbie Neal to think of big opportunity, global, something big and special and expansive. So let's just talk for a minute, Don. I'll turn it over to you about building your personal brand, whether it's how important it is, tips, anything around it would be amazing.
That's a good question. I actually haven't thought about that, but a couple of weeks ago, I have a really big birthday coming up next week, a big one. I'm going to be 70. Wow. I can't even believe I'm 70.
Now, you guys, I just have to interrupt you for a second. This is audio. We will release, a video. This woman doesn't look 70 now. She takes care of herself, but it's also the products that we use, right? Okay. Yes, so right. You look amazing, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you. But it's also mindset too. And my sister had a surprise party for me. I walked into her home and 18 of my dear friends and family were there. And I'm going to bring this back to brand because everyone went around the table and very humbling. They all said something lovely about me. And people associate me with positivity and joy. And if it wasn't for the personal development I've done in this business, I don't think that I would have been there. And I love that you can make a decision. You can create, and by the way, I use ChatGPT a lot these days because it kind of helps me kind of clarify things. Sometimes I feel like I have my own personal therapist with ChatGPT. But it's fun because I have a chance to put in my vision, what I want to create for this coming year, what I want to create this week, this day. Every morning I create an intention. I have it on my phone. My intention every morning it makes all the difference in how my day goes. Here's my intention today. Today I will have a day filled with joy and I will make fabulous choices in every area of my life. The kind of brand people can create is whatever when they take a look at the world around them and they say, I want to show up like this. I want the world to see me like this. We have the choice to do that every single day. We wake up in the morning and, the fun thing about this business is you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're looking at the boss. We have two bosses in this business. We have our calendar as our boss and we are our own boss. And you look in the mirror and you're looking at the boss. Do you like the boss? If you don't like the boss, then you're in trouble. So how do you create your own brand? You decide from the kind of qualities of the person that you would like to attract. Those are the kind of qualities that you have to embed, develop in yourself as well. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense. You know what makes the most sense? We get to create our own brand. What do you want to be known for? When people think of Donna Weiser and they're thinking of joy and they're thinking of positivity, that didn't happen on accident. It's because Donna focuses on joy and Donna focuses on positivity. When people think of your name, do you want them to think of drama? Do you want them to think of scarcity? Do you want them to think of negativity? Do you want them to think of unreliability? And this is totally going off on a tangent, but we all have a friend that we love, that we might make lunch plans or dinner plans and we put them on the calendar, but we know deep down there's a 90% chance they're going to cancel. They just do. And then they'll write this, I have the flu, my dog ate a sneaker. And some of it may be true, but the reality is they have created the brand of unreliability. And when people don't trust you, they don't want to do business with you. And as I went through those things, although those are negative qualities, I want you guys all to realize people like that in your life. And the reason why you feel that way about those people is because that is the brand and the image that they have put out there, and their behavior reinforces that. So how great is it that no matter what you do for a living, we get to create that brand? When I think of mine, I want people to think of belief. I want people to think of a light that's always shining. I want them to think of she knows the way and she will go the way, and we could rely on her and we trust her. Am I perfect? No. Lord knows I've said the wrong things and I've probably done the wrong things, but I want anybody to know, not only in my company, but in my industry, if you even feel a little bit flustered, look for me and I will be the light to let you know that we're okay. And so I think of those things that I want to build as my brand. So we'll really leave you guys with that hypothetical question. what do you want to be known for? And go out and support that story. You support that story. So one of the things, we're going to shift here a little bit. One of the things that you talked about in your book, and I really love it, is the importance of meeting new people. And I'm going to tell you why I love it so much, because a lot of people do start a network marketing business, and we coach them and we train them, like, start with your friends and family. And another reason to go back to that why is, like, you guys, it's like if you owned a restaurant, right? Or you opened up a brick and mortar store, you'd like cut the ribbon and you'd have a grand opening, and you'd feel really proud to call your friends and family and be like, you have to stop by. I'm having an open house. I'm having this, right? So it's the same thing in the network marketing profession. It's a business, and you want to share your products and the opportunity with people. That's where I started. But I look at my business 19 years in, my vice president team is all new people in my life, except for my child, Brooke, who was 6 when I started my business. So she was in my life and she was my why, but she was not part of my team. So you started the chapter, scratch that, Chase, just forget about that. But back to what we were talking about. Let's just talk about the importance of meeting new people, because who you start this business with is your beginning. But I believe, even though we start with our network, you don't need a network to succeed. You need a vision and a desire to succeed. Because if we go out every day with this calling of, I want to meet new people, I want to serve new people, I want to make new friends, right? So what is the importance of meeting new people in building a network marketing profession? When we were young, we used to dream of being anything, an astronaut, the president, a prince, princess. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space or owning a castle, maybe you start dreaming of owning your own business. You'll need a website, a payment plan, a logo, and a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully, that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy to run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and get selling today at shopify.com/levelup. Go to shopify.com/levelup. Shopify.com/levelup.
Well, we have a wonderful gift, and there's so many people out there. And most people are struggling today, particularly in today's economy. They're struggling. They need more money. There's too much month at the end of the money. I've heard that from so many people. So if we have a gift to share with people, if we're really doing we're doing ourselves a disservice, and we're doing them a disservice by not offering what we have to offer. And the way that you do that is really very simple. You just put a smile on your face, and you start I call it my little antenna. I start my day with my antennas are up, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to find people who I can bless with this business and bless with our products. And wherever I go, I mean, I was just in Nashville. I got 3 leads on the airplane. I went to bring my car into the service department, and this guy, my husband brought him. We had a big problem with my car. My husband brought him a bottle of scotch. I brought him one of our products, and he's so excited to sit down. We have coffee coming up next week. I reach out and I look for people. And by the way, we're really blessed that we have the chance to choose the people we work with. So if I'm out there and I see someone who's not in a great mood, doesn't have great energy, I'm not going to talk to them. But I match my energy with other people's energy as well. So I used to, when my kids were little and I dropped them off at school, I'd go to the mall And I would not come home until I had 10 names and phone numbers. And how did I get those names and phone numbers? I asked questions. And that's the key to building a successful business, is ask lots of questions. We have to listen twice as much as we speak, listen to what their needs are. And we can always fill their need, because people need more. They need more in their life. They need more time. They need more. Even people who have money need more time, right? So I'm out there listening for what people's needs are. And then I just open my mouth and I ask. The reality is maybe 1 out of 10 will get together with me, but that's okay. This is a numbers game. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? If you could have that attitude, if you cannot take the no's personally, then you're in good shape. That's for sure.
So what are some of the questions you ask? Because I know I could guess what they are, but our listeners will be like, well, what are the questions? What are some of the questions, Donna?
Great. So how long have you worked here? I ask that question if someone's serving or waiting on me. What did you do before you worked here? Have you ever thought about doing anything other than what you're currently doing? What is we're in a health and wellness business. So do you have any health goals for 2025 when we're recording this? I just ask lots of questions that I listen, and from those answers will usually come another question. And that's the key. The key is, if I said to someone, do you have any health goals? And they said, oh yeah, I want to lose some weight. And then if I say, oh yeah, I want to lose weight too. And guess what? I lost a lot of weight and it's amazing. I feel great. That's not the way to go. Oh, really? Tell me more. You have to just keep asking questions. It's not about you. It's about them. And at some point, if you use the words in my business, when it's appropriate, in my business, they're going to say to you, what's your business? And then now you have permission to tell them what you do.
I love that. And I'm really glad that I just asked you what some of those questions are, because what I heard from that, and I knew what your questions were going to be, or kind of, you're going out genuinely wanting to meet new people and serve new people. And we don't do it intentionally, but a lot of people in this industry is like, I'm going to the mall. I'm going to meet new people. Like, today's going to be the day. I'm going to find that next person. And it's like, we don't do it intentionally, but we go out with very, very needy energy. And so one of the examples I give, like, I happen to be a woman. So I'm going to say woman. Like, if you were like 35 years old, you haven't met your person yet. Like, well, like, I'm going to a bar today. I'm going to meet my person. I'm going to meet the one. Like, and then like, you could be smart and beautiful and kind, but if that is your internal energy, every person that you meet is going to feel it and be like, I am getting away from this woman, because the energy doesn't feel genuine and abundant. But when you know you have something amazing and you're just ready to go out and make a difference in the world, it can really be felt. So thank you for that.
Yes, that's right. And, we actually just did a leadership retreat with our team, and we talked a lot about playing in your C game or playing in your A game. Your A game was when you're just, your intention's clear, your vision's clear, you're in that powerful place, not that needy place as you talk about. You can't show up in your C game and build a business hoping to build an A game business. You have to stay in your A game all the time. You have to stay motivated all the time. And people have a hard time. I find this. It's very easy to slip back into those negative thoughts of, I can't, it's hard. Your mindset, your self-talk is so crucial. And if you wake up every morning and you just say, today, I'm going to bless someone with what I have to share. Today, please put someone in my life that I can support, that I can help, that I can be a servant leader to. Things happen versus, oh my God, I have to do this again. Because this business is not for everyone. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not for the weak at mind, and it's not for the self-serving. Like, what I love so much about this business model is the only way to soar to new heights is by helping other people succeed. It's like, how many people can I help with the products? How many people can I help with the business? And we rise by lifting others. And that's my most favorite part about what we do. Like, I'm obsessed about, I build people for a living, and we happen to sell really great products.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to shift for a minute. You started a chapter with one of my favorite quotes, because I'm a very big goal person. A goal without a deadline is just another dream. I think I say this particular line 12 different ways, but what I loved about this industry is that it does give ordinary people like you and me the ability to build our dream, But I want to be really frank with all of you. That dream requires action. It requires goals. It requires deadlines. It requires urgency. Leaders are urgent. So, Donna, how has setting goals and committing to them contributed to your success? Because I know you didn't fall to the top. Like, I know.
No, it's interesting, by the way, because it took me a couple of years to get to the next to highest level in our company, and then another 8 years to get to the top level. Because I did not embrace personal development in the beginning as much as I'd wanted to. So setting goals and literally having that intention is so crucial, that to the point that before I go to bed every night, I have a little notebook that I have at my bedside. And first I put a little heart with the date, and I write all the things that I did well that day to give my, to feel good about when I go to sleep at night, saying, yay, good job. And then I write down the things I want to get done the next day. Now, you can create a goal for a year from now, then break it down to what do you want to be doing in 6 months? What do you want to do in 3 months, 1 month, a week, and tomorrow? Because what you do tomorrow will have a profound effect on what you do in a year. And I've worked with people who have been afraid to set goals. And the reality is, it's just like I said, a goal is a dream without a deadline. So and I love, by the way, Debbie, I learned this from one of my mentors. I like to set a good goal, a great goal, and an awesome goal. And the reason I like to do that is, if those of you who are listening, if you're not driving, raise your hand as high as you can, and then raise it a little higher, and raise it higher than that. Well, I first said raise your hand as high as you can, but you could always raise it higher. So I like to set a good goal, which is your bottom line intention. It's what you're going to do no matter what. And if you do the things that you say you're going to do, you have it really helps with your self-worth. So you set a good goal, so your commitment you're going to do no matter what. A great goal is a little bit of a stretch, and an awesome goal is the dream. And if you put one foot in front of the other and take the action after you set that intention, there's a good chance you're going to hit that awesome goal. But if you don't write it down and you're not clear about it, you could end up anywhere. I think I gave an example in the book that if you want to go from Los Angeles to New York and you don't have a map to get there, you could end up, who knows, somewhere in Texas without a map. And those of us who have come before you, those of you who are new, follow the system that's in place for you, because they're going to give you that map, and that map is going to help you get to where you need to be.
So I heard so many things in what you just said. One of them, when you started at the beginning, you said I got to the second level from the top in a couple of years, and it took me 8 years from there, which is still absolutely amazing. But you know what I want to point out, because Don and I we had different journeys in growing to the top of our company. A, it doesn't matter as long as you get there. But B, this is why we say don't compare. So what you just heard Donna say is one of the reasons why it took 8 more years is because she wasn't setting goals. And so you can't compare two people's start dates, because for me, when I started, I set 24 to 48 hour goals and worked like a lunatic for 5 years. Doesn't make one right and one wrong. But I share this with you because there are some of you scrolling through social media and you're comparing other people's story. You don't know the work they're putting in. You don't know who sets a goal and who's actually setting them or not setting them, or setting them and taking the action. So do not compare anybody else's story to yours. Take ownership for your story. So another thing I want to talk about, and I promise we're veering towards the end for your benefit, and I know our listeners, we like to keep them on a time. What I love so much about network marketing is that it could be a little or it could be a lot. And both you and I both wanted a lot from this business. It could be a business or it could be a hobby. There's room in our company and in all companies for everyone, but we must realize it does come down to the way we treat it, the way we talk about it, the way we show up for it, the way we respect it. So let's talk about the decision required. Like, what are some of the decisions to go from a hobby to a business? Because it is a decision.
Well, I think you have to have a vision for what you want to create. And I think many people start a business like this as a hobby just to make a little extra money until they see what's possible. And, sometimes think that what's possible and what's probable and what's inevitable makes a big difference, right? So if someone really understands what the potential, and they're willing to do the work, because I have this expression that I love, success only comes before work in the dictionary. This is not a business that's, as you mentioned, it's not an easy business. It's simple, but you have to be willing to do the work, and you have to keep your why in front of you at all times. I have this on my desk. I have a couple of fun little things on my desk, and this is one of my favorite. It says, if it's important, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. But when I have committed to doing my business, because that's on my calendar, and my calendar is my boss, as I mentioned, then I have to take that seriously if I want to have the success. What do we say, Debbie? If you want what I have, you have to do what I did, right? Not everybody's willing to do that. And I find that even more today than before. Listen, we started this business before social media. This is a belly-to-belly business. It's still a belly-to-belly business. Even if you're using social media, you still have to take the conversation off of that computer or off of that phone and get on the phone and have a conversation or meet someone for coffee, because it's you who they're buying. It's you who they're buying.
100%. So this is what we'll end with. Thank you. Your top 3 tips to build to the top and beyond.
Embrace personal development ferociously. Be coachable. Listen to the people who've come before you because they know what they're doing, and don't try to reinvent the wheel. And have fun. Enjoy the journey.
You know what? Sometimes we forget to say that, but it is really important. I think what we do for a living is fun. Has it been easy for 19 years? No, it has not. Have people said they were going to join me and change their mind? Have I driven to different states and different countries for literally not a sale? You bet. But I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the journey. I know that it's all part of it, and I wouldn't trade what I do for anything in the world. I am blessed to be a part of the network marketing profession. I am blessed to be a part of the company that I'm a part of. And I hope you feel that way too. I love my company and I love my profession. And I know Donna does too. And when I've said this many times on this podcast, when you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. And you know that that's not a quote by me. It's a quote, but I remind myself of that because I love what I do for a living. So Donna, thank you for being here. I'd love for you to let people know, where can they find your book? Because here's the thing about the book, you guys. It took me a year to read it. A year to read it. I'm not proud of it, but I will tell you, I am so grateful that Donna was very persistent and persevered, because not only did she get me to read it, but you see what happens? Because I could bring anything back to network marketing. She persevered enough and was persistent enough to get me to read it. And then I opened it. And then when I opened it, I found the gifts in it. And then because I found the gifts in it, I now want to share it with other people. And so because she was persistent with one person, now she talks to many people, I'm not saying that, but I'm just using myself specifically. She now gets on here where we have millions of people listening. And I'm also going to do it for my team book club. And I'm sharing that with you because how passionate is it that for whatever it is that you're sharing, are you willing to be persistent? Because when you're persistent with one, it affects many. So Donna, where can people find you and your book?
Thank you, Debbie. I'm so honored, honestly, to be on this podcast with you. I'm such a huge fan of yours, truly, truly. And I so appreciate you. So the book, So You Said Yes, The Wiser Way to Network Marketing, there's 2 places you can get it. You can get it on Amazon now. When I first published it, you could only get it on my website, which is DonnaWeiser.com. If you bought it on my website, a portion of the proceeds go to Scleroderma Foundation, which is a charity that I'm very passionate about. Or if you get it on Amazon, you can get it if you're in Australia or in New Zealand or in Canada. So that's on Amazon or on my website. And I'm very proud of the book, and I'm so happy that you liked it, Debbie. I truly am, because I have a lot of respect, and and truly I'm honored that I was here today with you.
Thank you so much. And one of the reasons I put Donna off is because I didn't want to have her on here till I truly read the book. I wanted to be able to really speak authentically that I read it. And I loved it because I think one of the things Donna does know about me, and I think the rest of you guys know about me, if I say it, I mean it. And if I mean it, I say it. Sometimes that works for us. Sometimes that works against us, but I am absolutely a truth teller. So Donna, where can people find you on social media?
It's Donna Weiser, Donna J. Weiser. I think that's my Instagram handle. Yes.
So
and I just want to tell you, by the way, the book is very, very easy to read. It's very, those who can see the video, it's so easy. It's like 87 pages, pretty big type. So you can finish the book in a couple of days. It's pretty easy to read.
Yeah, I literally read it in 2 days. So Donna, thank you so much. Everybody have the most amazing day. Go out there and use this vehicle to build your dreams. You have every single thing it takes inside of you to build this. Love you, friends.